curriculum. So we are very much eager and enthusiastic to celebrate World IVF Day today. So as I said in your classrooms that I don't say very few, I think maybe if I am not wrong from my knowledge, this is the only college affiliated to the IVF Center. I was in medical college affiliated to the IVF Center, and we feel privileged to announce this. And at this point of time, since our premises we have an IVF Center, we are very much have proper conception. So among the folks there is a misbelief as well that artificial insemination or in vitro fertilization always means it is a kritaka method of generally ಭಾವನೆ ಇದೆ ಕೃತಕವಾಗಿ ಮಗುವನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಂತೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. Only thing is it is an artificial aids use of science and technology just to make a proper fertilization and further development. Okay. So what I mean to convey here on the day of the genetic disorders, persons who are suffering with Down syndrome, persons who are suffering with the inheritance, और हमारे भाषा में बोलना है तो mutually unilateral 20 major unilateral we have 20 uterine disorders. In that one very important disorder uterine unilateral. uterine unilateral में क्या होता है? लेडी कंसीव होती है. When she enters the second trimester, 4th, 5th, 6th month में for various reason बच्चा गिर जाता है. For various reason the pregnancy fails. In such critical patients or in such no, it is not so. The use of science and technology and the other aspect is also there. We have to see in all three dimensions. Is it not? Is it not? Definitely the development of IVF is a boon and benefit to the society. See, I have to tell you, in the year 1978, this IVF was implemented and the first IVF baby was delivered in the year 1979. In the year 1979. The study says from 1860 onwards, there was an invention of properly what is womb, how the structure of womb will be there. And from then, since then only, there was a thought of aiding, supporting. Can you just imagine the very minute creature that is going to happen in our body? That the scientists or gynecologists, they are thinking for the aiding. मतलब womb और sperm को support करना fertilize होने के लिए thought process is very magnificent. If you imagine, it itself is a very exponential thought process. Is it not? It is a very miniature. Sperm is a very miniature and womb is a very miniature. चलो ठीक है, sperm womb मिलना है, उसको हम बाहर से support करेंगे. Using science and technology itself is a big thought. And definitely we have to salute the innovation of IVF. And being in the remote area, Gangavati, so our sir has founded a separate IVF center, and to his quality and credibility, so we are very much honored to witness such kind of advanced technologies in our own premises. Okay. So any doubts if you have or any beginning questions if you have, you just keep it ready. So we have a moderator today, Miss Spoorthi, who is an embryologist. She is a subject expert in this regard. So every day she is going to deal with these things. Every day her work is to deal with womb and spermatozoa. So definitely you will be enlightened with very new things. So overall, in one line, what I want to convey to the medicos, you people is, आम लोग बोलते हैं ठीक है IVF ये पैसों के लिए करते, नो, इट इज एन एडवांसमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. बहुत सारे लोगों को जिसको बच्चों का ख्वाहिश रहता, तो जिंदगी भर एक ही ख्वाहिश रहता, सो प्रॉपर हेल्दी चाइल्ड वी वांट, दैट इज अचीव्ड विद द एडवांसमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. Of course, it has its own limitations since it is done in a very microscopic level and too much of hygiene and too much of microscopic these things measures, what you say, sterilized measures we have to take. For that it costs. Definitely it's cost. And as you know, mom, it is a monthly procedure. So you get ovulation in a specific time period. So definitely for that you need to wait every month. So here ऐसा नहीं, दूसरा कोई ट्रीटमेंट लिया तो आपको स्पेसिफिक टाइम पीरियड में ही कराना ऐसा नहीं रहता. सिंस मदर के साइकिल पे, मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल पे डिपेंड रहने से इस बार नहीं हुआ तो यू हैव टू स्विच फॉर नेक्स्ट मंथ, देन नेक्स्ट मंथ. What I mean to say is it is a tedious process. It requires time, it requires money, it requires emotional support and everything. Beyond that, its success rate today, for today it is only 45 to 50%. It is only 45 to 50%. In those days when it was invented, its success rate was only 10%. Only 10%, 10 to 15%. Then उसमें फिर स्टडीज हुआ, फिर रिसर्च हुआ, फिर एडवांसमेंट हुआ, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दे हैव इम्प्रोवाइज्ड. Even then, now we are in a position with all the viable limits, we are in a position to give success rate of only 50%. So that 50% is a boon and benedict to most of the aspiring parents. Okay. So other things we will discuss there with the help of
मैं आगे चलेंगे. Pillar and coming that's so wait one
ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಊಸೈಡ್ ಪಿಕಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಸ್ಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಅನಸ್ಥೇಷಿಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೈಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಪಿಕಪ್ಸ್ ಊಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು MML ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪಿಕಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್, ಡಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾಲಿ ಶೀಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಟ್ರಾಲಿ ಶೀಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ವಿಂಡೋ ಓಪನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಊಸೈಡ್ ಏನು ಫಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೈನಿ ವಿತ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಯಾರು ಅಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ರೆಫ್ರಿಜರೇಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಟು ದ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್. This is working station, Harrison incubator, Rayas incubator, inverted microscope. These are the instruments being inverted.
ಇದು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ರೀ 1 2 3 ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ.
ಹೌದಾ? ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ವೆನ್ ಇದು ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ವೆನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಫಾಲಿಕಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಊಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೆನ್ ಈ ಥರ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಡಿಶಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಟರ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಏನು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಊಸೈಡ್ಸ್ನ ಇಟ್ಸಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೋಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ಈ ಮಷೀನಿಂದ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಫಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋಸ್ನ ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಟು ದ ಇನ್ಕ್ಯುಬೇಟರ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ day 3 or day 5 till that is the then this result you use it for culture and keep it medias incubating purpose.
Here you are going to store sperm.
We are going to store in cryotanks. I will show you.
How about
Demonstrated on freezing.
ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ತಾವ? ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಫಾಲಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಜು day 3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು day 1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು FSH ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ದೆನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಪ್ ಟು 2 ಓವರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಓವರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಫಾಲಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನ ನಾವು ಓಲೇಟರ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಬಂದ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ 2 ಪ್ರೋಟೋಕಾಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಟೋಗೋನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಗೈನಿ. ಎಗೋನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಓವಲೇಷನ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೈನಿ. ಗೈನಿ ಮಾನಿಟರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಡೇ 5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಟ್ರೋಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ select the trigger 34 to 38 hours or 36 hours we pick the oocytes in the ovaries. Then after we do these are all the procedures. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ oocyte ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮೇಲ್ದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅಸ್ಥಿ ಸೆಮೆನ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಸೆಮೆನ್ DNA ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಇದೆನಾ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಓಕೆ ಗೆಟ್. ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆಡ್ where their conventional IVF or intracytoplasmic sperm injection. We conducted like conventional IVF, we can go through the procedure. Otherwise, it is mandatory. For what purpose? We don't have any get a good motile sperm. So on that time we go through intracytoplasmic sperm.
You just focus on the temperature.
How many days we can store sperm up to collected? We store around 25 years more. Okay.
You are planning for a baby after postponement. For example, if any couple are aged around 25 and 23, they get married. They want to concentrate on their career. So later on, they want to go for a baby. So then at that point of time, we can use this IVF.
Yes, sir. We use same like oocytes. We stimulate the oocyte and that same sperm, husband sperm, we stimulate. When preserve, we culture day 5 embryos up to like this blast formation. Then after preserve prolong. How they planned ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈ ತರ.
So that can be planned even if she is unmarried.
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. Then unmarried ಅಂದ್ರೆ like male factor is important, right? When fertilize, how can I fertilize only for this? They're okay for donor, we go through donor. Then Bhavana, recently Bhavana. That one is ART legal act. Some act is there. Only for female have their right to get a baby in there, that type. Not for male. This is the right to get. And the government also will give the permission only for the females only, not for male. Why? Because care and everything should be matters in their generation nowadays going on, right? Yes,
mother more important.
ನಾನು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. This is the endometrium. For their men semen sample processing techniques used only for this. We collect the sample for container, then processing areas will be there. Just use process ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು then we find out the microscope ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೊಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ತರ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಮೊಟಿಲಿಟಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೇನೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವೆದರ್ ದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಮೊಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
What microscope it is?
ಕಾಂಪ್ರೋ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್. I think dead sperm is there. ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಹಳೇದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್
Not moving.
ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
Come. See, you came inside, right? You also see and take her if possible. That's okay.
ಕರ್ಗ Hi.
Hello.
My certificate as an embryologist. Now I
Okay, sir.
participated in the IVF procedure, like one procedure.
You said
Just I give the introduction
Hello.
for IVF procedure. Take the IVF and all. I don't have that much of good English. Okay, fine. Can you please understand? Okay. On 25th July, we were start. On 25th July is celebrated World IVF Day and Embryologist Day. Why we celebrated 25th means in world first Louis born IAT procedure through Louis born in Goldman General Hospital. The successful of the first IVF baby was achieved by Robert G. Hedward, Patrick Steptoe, Jeevan Peabody. Why is this day important? Recognizing the birth of the first IVF baby, celebrate the advanced ART procedure. Like means ART procedure means assistant reproductive technology. Okay. Then raise awareness about infertility and available treatments. Honor embryologists, fertility specialists, nurse, and the entire IVF treatment. IVF treatment is not like a simple, not like handled by single. This is the teamwork. Okay. Give hope to individual and couples dreaming of the parenthood. Then IVF procedure. In their IVF procedure have so many points. Like I can explain some points. Patient recognizing the medical history first. Then infertility evolution of both partners. Physical examination, blood investigation like AMH, LH, progesterone protocol, FSH, P2, TSH, HIV, HbSc, VDR, etc. Transvaginal ultrasound, semen analysis of the male parent, diagnosis of counseling, selection of IVF protocol, ovulation stimulation with hormonal injections. This is the main point. Ovary stimulating with hormonal injection, follicular monitored by ultrasound scan by gynae through and trigger injections, oocyte pickup, semen sample collection by sperm preservation, oocyte assessment and denudation, fertilization of conventional IVF or ICSI selected by their motility of the sperm. Okay. Fertilization chair, embryo culture, embryo grading, fresh embryo transfer, vitrification, utilizing fresh gestone, then transfer to the embryos and all. These are the procedures we come from the IVF. Okay. Now I demonstrated by how to preserve.
Madam, I'm sorry to interrupt. So before that, madam said on word that ICSI. Means what happens in ICSI is the sperm is forcefully induced into the womb. You are getting my point. They will collect the sperm and it is forcefully induced into the womb in a scientific means. Okay.
Why? Because it is
And
made.
their fertilization is achieved. Once the fertilization is achieved, they will wait for 1 or 2 days for the cleavage. Then it is implanted.
Why for the ICSI, means intracytoplasmic sperm induction, why we selected by the male factor is there. They don't have the good motile sperm. They don't reach the fallopian tube to ovulation that time. And in the female reproductive tract, we have ovulated one per cycle, one ovulation. Then sex we are together. Then the male ejaculate the sperm. Then sex together. We not reach the tract to fallopian tract to oocyte. So on that time, male factor is there. Severe oligospinotereto, necrozo, so many factors are there. Then we conducted ICSI. Okay. I will demonstrated on how to preserve the embryos and oocyte. This is the
Madam, आराम से कट मार. Madam, one निमिष आराम से relax कर. If you compare the same explanation is told in Charaka Sharirasthana, 3rd chapter, that is Kutika Grabhavakranti Adhyaya. There they are going to discuss about the defective sperms or defective male gametes and defective female gametes. And there is an explanation about Nari Shandata and Nara Shandata. Whatever we say in the layman language as important, that Nari Shandata and Nara Shandata is being explained there. Agar aap IVF ka history, if you go and search in internet and as well, the traces you will find the very first explanation is told in Charaka Sharirasthana, 3rd chapter. This is not the rendering from our side. Even the world agrees with this. तो एंशियंट मेडिकल लिटरेचर में कहीं तो ये बोला है तो उधर पहला रेफरेंस है.
And another important point is in our classics, so far whatever disease they have explained, Vata, Pitta, Kapha diseases, there is no naming of a disease as infertility. आज जो प्रेजेंट डेज में हम जो इनफर्टिलिटी बोलते हैं ना, इनफर्टिलिटी नाम का कोई डिसीज उस जमाने में बोले नहीं. यू आर गेटिंग माई पॉइंट. So that means because of the faulty lifestyle and because of the faulty these things, nowadays with the evolution of what laziness and other things, so we are ending up with these diseases and disorders. Okay.
This is Crayola. We keep insects on this black mark up to black mark. Then preserve 196 degree minus 196 ultra low temperature. This is cooling process. Under cool process, we preserve so many oocytes, embryos in their cryotap. What purpose? They can couples have planned for their later parenthood. So that time we preserve so many oocytes and embryos. Up to cryotap around we mentioned which patient and everything should be properly. Mentioned everything should be properly. Then preserve into the oocytes and embryos on this set. Okay. This is the culture dish. We culture beautiful embryos. This culture dish. Then we take the one. Then day 5 we preserve. Day 5 or day 3 depends on gametes. Like we growth to foster. Depends on how they were. They decided by embryologist grading about and all. Okay. Then take the these all the works do under the microscope, guys. Just I do just only demo. Okay. Then and pull the whole locker in minus 196 degrees temperature in liquid nitrogen, then lock. Okay. Then preserve into the cryo tank. The same procedure in the stomach. We give the container to the patient, then collect the 0.5 of cement. We process, use that medium and process it, then get a good pellet. We stored the pellet and had the cryoprotectant reagents or cryoprotectant media. Then turn to the minus cool. Like we have procedure is there. Then do and pulling the whole cryolock into the cryo tank. Around 25 to 50 years. 25 years ago we preserve via gametes and all. Thank you. Center. Okay. In this center we have do free IVF nowadays.
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರೈಟೀರಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ರಾಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 year ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಅನ್ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇವೊಂದು 1 year ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಅನ್ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ without any protection, unprotected sex, then conducted 2 times of IUI, 2 or 3 times of IUI. IUI means intrauterine insemination. For this procedure, like we wash the semen, male semen sample wash, then inseminated to the female vagina directly through. Use the catheter. When in the female partner, we give the trigger HCG and hormonal injections. We trigger the like ovulation time. We inject it to the intrauterine insemination, like washed semen sample inseminated to the female genital tract. Okay. Then we coincidence, we get together. Bed is ready. The bed like endometrium, everything should be ready. Then ovulated and fertilize it. Then track to fallopian tube, reach to uterus. Then implanted. Then get a baby. Otherwise, ruptured and periods comes. Okay. Unprotected sex 2 to 3 times IUI conducted. Later then go to gynae. Okay, go for their IVF. Gynae will suggested to go for IVF. Then go to district hospital Koppal. Then refer letter. So many records. Unlike some Aadhaar card, 2 where Aadhaar card. Ayushman card and so many procedures. Some documentation is there. Then collected, then signature to their, then come to hospital. We conducted free IVF.
This point what madam is telling, this is very important to convey for us being the members of Spoorthi. People, they are in opinion that IVF means always it is a not affordable treatment or it is a costly treatment. Even though from government side, in a private multi-speciality hospital, you have an access to go for free IVF, provided whatever conditions madam told. There should be 2 to 3 times failure of IUI, and the married period should be more than 1 year, and there should be unprotected sex history. So all these things, considering all these parameters, even then if they are not conceiving, don't be under the blind belief. To the public, to the folks I am telling, don't be under the blind belief. In our Spoorthi IVF Center, we are affiliated with the government projects. If we are satisfying these criteria, definitely we can be the beneficiaries in our center that we want to convey to the society.
ಇದು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಆಯುಷ್ಮಾನ್ ಭಾರತ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ
ಇವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಆಯುಷ್ಮಾನ್ ಒಂದಿತ್ತು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ESI ಪೇಷಂಟ್, ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ESI ಪೇಷಂಟ್, ESI ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಥ್ರೂ ESI ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇಬಿ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಬೇಬಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ESI ಥ್ರೂ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ESI ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಬಂದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ESI means employee state insurance, means some they are having health scheme generally.
Karmikara or labor class or low wages people.
Again ESI hospitals also is there. In that persons they are eligible for first only one baby.
They can get a referral letter from the ESI hospital to the permission. Then after come to their some centers. We don't give ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಸಮ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಇಷ್ಟು ರೆಕಮೆಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
See, why we are discussing these things here is this is individual aspect. Getting IVF done is individual aspect. See, generally we talk about individual health and social health. When it comes to social health, health is a state affair. So how government is worried or keen about the public health, and it comes a part of community health. So these things, it comes in a part of Spoorthi. Okay, and the other medical aspects that comes under diagnostics.
So many people are not come to the lab, right? And just show the video. This is the IVF lab.
ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಸರಿ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪಾಪ.
See, madam, what she has told is in IVF, as you know, the Ashraya is mother only. Okay, as per government norms, if you want to be a single parent, मान लो आप अकेले पेरेंट बनना चाहते. Recently you have witnessed one case of actress, that is Bhavna. So she got without marriage, she got IVF get it done, and then she conceived, the normal baby was delivered. This provision is allowed only for females, not for males. अगर कोई मेल चाहता मैं अकेला मतलब ठीक है IVF जाके ये करता हूँ, तो it is not allowed. Okay, only for females it is allowed. Okay. Rented mother. He is asking about the concept of rented mother. He is asking about the concept of rented mother.
Surrogacy is there, but not give the ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ surrogacy ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಯುಟ್ರಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗುಡ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಟು ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ surrogacyಗೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ.
You might have seen that meme in Instagram. So womb इसका है, sperm इसका है. College, we thank Dr. Mrs. Spoorthi ma'am, embryologist, for giving us enormous exposure related to your IVF center, and we wholeheartedly thank on behalf of our institute and our principal sir. We wholeheartedly thank you. Thank you.